Hello everyone, welcome to my soft handmade page and I hope you're doing well. For today's video we're going to be making these little bow hair clips. I tried to make them with fall themed colors. They're very easy, very quick to make and beginner friendly. Now I also sell these on my Instagram page if you're interested to check it out. For the materials, we're going to be needing one hair clip that is empty, a basic one. I'm also going to use a 4mm crochet hook. We're going to need a pair of scissors, a ball of yarn. This one is 100% acrylic. And we'll also need a yarn needle. Now to start, we're going to be making a slip knot. If you're interested in learning how to make one, I do have a tutorial on my page. If you want to check it out, the link will be in the description below. To start, we're going to be making a chain of 6. To chain, just yarn over and insert your yarn inside of the loop we have on our hook. Next, you're going to be making a chain 1. Then we're going to start working on the second chain of our foundation chain. So skip the first stitch that we made and insert your crochet hook inside of the second stitch, yarn over and pull through the yarn. Here you have 2 loops on your hook. The next step is you're going to yarn over and insert the yarn inside of the 2 loops we have on our crochet. There you have made your first single crochet. We're going to keep going and make a single crochet into every stitch of the row. So just keep repeating the same thing until the end. There you have it. And just to make sure that you have the right count of stitches, you can count each stitch that you made and you need to have 6 single crochets in the end. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to be working our second row. So we're going to skip the chain 1 that we made, and we're going to work on the first single crochet that we have on the row. Insert your hook inside of the whole stitch. So a stitch has kind of the shape of a V. You're going to make sure that both sides of the stitch are onto your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through the yarn so that you have 2 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and finish your single crochet by inserting the yarn inside of the 2 loops. Now keep going and make a single crochet inside of each stitch of the row until the end. There you just finished your second row, and again, if you want to make sure that you're right on the count, just make sure that you have 6 stitches. Chain 1 and turn your work again. Now we're just repeating the same thing over and over again. We're going to be making rows and rows of single crochet. So insert your hook inside of the whole stitch. You have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and insert the yarn through both the loops on the hook. And keep going until the end of the row. Now you're going to keep making single crochets until you reach 30 rows. Here you have 30 rows of single crochet. It should be looking like this. Not too long, but not too short either. Now next thing you're going to be doing is chain 1, and then we're going to cut our yarn, but try to leave out enough yarn, so cut approximately 10 centimeters of yarn so that later we can sew it together and make the shape of the bow. There you go. It measures approximately 15 centimeters. Now you're going to grab your yarn needle. Try inserting your yarn through the needle hole. Now you're basically going to sew these both the ends together, and try not to skip any stitches by doing so. You're going to insert your needle through the first stitch of the first side and then through the first stitch of the second side, then pull through, and you keep going until you sew both the sides together. Now that you're done sewing, we're going to let go of the needle and take the yarn pieces, these 2 pieces. The first one was from the foundation chain we first made, and the remaining yarn we had from sewing. We're going to tie both of them together. Now to make the shape of the little bow, all you have to do is grab your project, and we're going to kind of pinch it in the middle so that we have this kind of bow look. Then to help it stay in place, we're going to grab the remaining yarn that we have left, and we're basically going to roll it in the middle so that the shape of the bow stays together. Once you're done, you're just going to tie it with the other yarn end that we had from earlier. Try to make it very tight so that the bow can stay in shape. Now after your tie is secure, all we have left to do is to weave in the ends. So to weave in the ends, we're just going to grab our yarn needle and try to insert the needle first into your project, then grab the yarn and insert it through the yarn needle hole so that it's easier, because we only have a tiny piece of yarn left. There you go, now we have our little bow. The last thing you're going to do is we're going to stick it to our hair clip. I'm going to be using a glue gun to stick them together. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is to apply the glue on the outer side of your little clip, and try to be careful since I'll be using a metallic hair clips. Try to be careful with that, and try not to burn your fingers with the glue gun. Then you're going to stick the little bow that we made onto that. Try not to burn your hands. Try to adjust it however you like. And there you go, we have just finished making our little bow hair clip. You can make it with whatever color you want. As you can see, it is very simple and beginner friendly. I made another orange, green and brown one. They all look very cute. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon. Bye!